She had the temerity to smile, as if this was a foregone conclusion. "I'm not interested in running a spa." He was a rancher, would always be a rancher. It was in his blood. The Turners were one of the preeminent families in town, and he was proud to carry on their heritage. "Ranching is over," Mary said. "You need to get out now while you still can." Liam had heard enough, had seen enough. Lance and Maya were still dancing, and soon a limousine would carry them back to the Flying W, where they would take up residence in a cabin on the property. Lance Cooper was going to live on his land. Next, pigs would fly. "You need to make a change, all of you. Get out of this backward town like I did," Mary went on. "I don't want to get out of this town." "You're not the only one with a say in this." He was losing his cool and didn't want to disrupt the wedding. He needed a way to get his mother off his back, now. When he spotted Tori Cooper, Lance's sister, several feet away, he bit back a smile. Now there was a way to kill two birds with one stone. He could bait Lance and shut his mother down. He thumped down his champagne flute on a nearby table and headed her way. "Liam, I'm talking to you," his mother called after him. Liam ignored her. He had to, or he'd say something he would regret. Nothing would ever make him give up the Flying W. He caught up with Tori and touched her arm, hoping his mother would give up and go harass someone else. He didn't want Tori to know how riled he was, however, so he kept his words light. "I heard you're sticking around for a while." She had been home for only a few weeks, and no one had expected her to stay this long. Liam had always been intrigued by Tori Cooper, even back in high school, but she'd always been off-limits due to the long-standing feud between their families. She was dressed in a pretty blue sundress and cowboy boots. The sun had tanned her skin, and her auburn hair hung in loose waves around her face. Could you still call it a feud when two of his siblings had married two of hers? Liam wasn't sure. She shrugged. "Looks that way." "Good," he managed to answer, although why he felt relieved he couldn't say. Tori was nothing to him, just the proverbial girl next door. "Then you'll have time for a dance," he went on. He didn't wait for an answer. He needed to shake off his mother before she drove him over the edge. Mary had followed him, ready to renew their conversation. He tugged Tori toward the dance floor, catching sight of more than one surprised expression on the faces of the people around them. "Liam, what the hell are you doing?" Tori hissed. The beautiful redhead tried to pull away, but he tightened his grip. He'd apologize later. His mother had stopped pursuing them, but she was standing close by, arms crossed, expression sour. "Just go along with it," he hissed back at Tori. "Ouch! Hey!" He jerked away from her. Tori had reached up, pinched his ear, and twisted it like a schoolmarm in the old days punishing a recalcitrant child. She stood with her feet planted wide. "If you're going to manhandle me, at least give me an explanation." Liam corralled her back into his arms and kept moving until they were standing in the middle of the swaying couples. "It's my mom." "Mary?" She glanced over her shoulder, took in Mary's obvious displeasure, and laughed. "What did you do this time? You like making trouble, don't you?" she added as they began to sway together. "You don't know the half of it," he admitted. To Liam's surprise, she allowed him to guide her around the floor, relaxing a little as he did so. A woman he vaguely recognized approached Mary, and his mother was forced to greet her. Liam watched them as he navigated them between the other couples. "She wants us to sell the Flying W." Too late he remembered Tori would probably think that was a terrific idea. Lord knew the Coopers hated his family, or they used to. The whole thing was getting confusing. He liked it better when the battle lines were drawn clearly, Turners on one side, Coopers on the other. Now their families were connected twice over. Unthinkable. Yet here they were. "Sell the Flying W? Are you kidding?" Tori asked. Her shock warmed him. Maybe he should have guessed she'd understand. Tori wasn't like the other Coopers. Liam stopped himself. That was wishful thinking. Tori had always caught his eye, but that was just a physical attraction, nothing more. "I know, right?" Now his mother looked concerned. She bent close to the other woman, Leslie Falk, wasn't it, and was listening intently. "If she can't see that you belong there, then she's crazy," Tori said. He found himself nodding. Funny that Tori got it.